Today we're taking a look at the Vernon neighborhood. It is one of several neighborhoods in Northeast Portland that you really got to check out if you want to be within walking distance or a very short distance at least of restaurants, bars, and things to do. Let's check it out. I'm John McPherson showing you the Vernon neighborhood in Northeast Portland. There are bars, restaurants, things to do. There are a lot of craftsman style houses, four squares, etc. There's a park. We're going to take a drive around, show you what the neighborhood looks like, what the houses look like, and as always, call me anytime if you're thinking about making a move to Portland. I'd be happy to help you out. We're driving on Alberta Street heading west past a food cart pod at Northeast 23rd. There's Bear Lick Brewing. That place is great. They have another location in Portland. This is their second location. We are driving, like I said, heading west on Alberta Street. There are a lot of bars and restaurants and things to do. There's an eclectic mix of buildings too. Bollywood Theater, that is an Indian restaurant. There is, of course, Salt and Straw ice cream. That place is tough to pass by and not stop. Fresh jewelry made daily, which is pretty cool. Hilt Bar. There's just a lot going on right here. There are a number of restaurants and bars and things to do. Like I said, we could have kept going. We were facing in the right direction to go down to Northeast 15th. We just turned north, took a right onto Northeast 19th so we could take a drive through the neighborhood and show you what the Vernon neighborhood looks like from the inside. As always, call or text if you have any questions about moving to Portland, Northeast Portland, Southeast, Southwest, doesn't matter. We cover all of Portland. Call us anytime. We'd be happy to help you out. This neighborhood has a mix of houses. Mostly they're older houses. A lot of the houses in the Vernon neighborhood, as is the case with the other neighborhoods in Northeast Portland, right around Alberta Street, Killingsworth, etc., Fremont, all have a mix of Victorian style houses, four squares. There are bungalows. There are a few duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes, but not many. There are not very many apartment buildings at all. The composition of the neighborhood is primarily single-family houses, which I'll cover here in just a little bit. We are approaching Killingsworth right now. We are on the corner of Killingsworth and Northeast 19th, looking across to Alberta Park, which is one of the larger parks in Northeast Portland. It's a great spot if you are out for a run and you want to get off of the pavement and get onto the grass for a little bit. Bring your dogs to take a walk, play with the kids, whatever it is that you have going on. Alberta Park is a good spot for that. There are some tennis courts and also, as always, a mix of houses. As you'll notice as we drive through the neighborhood, there is a mix of houses. It's not all just older homes built around 1900 to the early 1900s, 1910s, 20s, etc. There are some more modern houses interspersed throughout the neighborhood, here and there. We're passing by Alberta Park. As you can see, it's a pretty big park, nice, open. It's a grassy area. It's a great spot to come to with your dogs, like I was saying. And we're continuing to head north, north of Killingsworth. And we are going to come up to Ainsworth here in just a second. We'll turn and let you see what that looks like. On Ainsworth, this is a really cool street. There is a center divider with trees. It's a tree-lined street with old houses on both sides of the street. As we continue on, I wanted to point out too that if you are thinking about moving into Northeast Portland or anywhere in Portland, it's important to consider what is in the neighborhood and what's nearby. No matter where you live, you're going to want to have grocery stores nearby, or at least be aware of how far away they are. Even if you move far out into the country, having an idea of how much time it's going to take you to get to the store, get to the airport. Let's say you travel for work, or you have friends and family that come in from out of the area and are going to come visit you here in Portland. I wanted to just point out how close the grocery stores are, how far away they are, how long it takes during normal driving conditions, even during rush hour. Actually, it's pretty easy to get around and in the Vernon neighborhood and the surrounding area around Killingsworth, Alberta Street, etc. And so to get to the nearest Safeway, it is about 1 mile from the center of the Vernon neighborhood. It'd take you about 4 minutes. It's super easy to get there. The nearest Fred Meyer, 2.7 miles. There's a Whole Foods about a mile away. New Seasons is about a mile away. Natural Grocers is about a mile away. The Alberta Co-op is at the corner of Northeast 15th and Northeast Alberta Street. That's only about 0.3 of a mile away. As always, call or text anytime. If you are thinking about moving to Portland, we would be very happy to help you out, answer any questions that you have, and also, of course, help you buy a house here. The airport, like I mentioned, if you are traveling, if you travel often for work, and you're going to be flying in and out, especially if you're flying in and out often, these neighborhoods in Northeast are very convenient. It is 6.3 miles from the center of the neighborhood here in the Vernon neighborhood to the departures area, or arrivals, of course, at the Portland airport. It takes about 17 minutes. You might bump that up to 20 minutes, if that, during rush hour, because all the while you'd be taking side streets to get there. To put it into perspective too, we are close in Northeast. It's not far out, say on the edge of Gresham. We are pretty close in Northeast here in the Vernon neighborhood. To get to the middle of the Burnside Bridge over the Willamette River, which is the center of Portland, is about a 13-minute drive. It's about 3.5 miles away. It makes it really easy to get into Northwest, to get into the edge of Southeast Portland, etc. It is all very close by. Now, we drove past Killingsworth, and what I wanted to point out about that area around 15th and Killingsworth is there are a number of restaurants right there too. There's Podna's Barbecue. I don't have an accent to pull that one off, but there's Hot Yai Thai. They are known for really good fried chicken. Mis Tacones, and there's a feral vegan food place near Alberta Street, at Alberta Street and 15th. Like I pointed out earlier, we were heading west on Alberta Street. Had we continued onwards, we would have arrived at the corner of Northeast 15th and Northeast Alberta Street, where the Alberta Co-op is. There's also a big food cart pod there, some other restaurants and bars, and at that food cart pod, which I pointed out in a video about Alberta Street, there's actually a food cart beer garden, which is really cool. That's all around 15th and Alberta Street. Most of Alberta Street in Northeast, between about 30th to about 9th, Northeast 9th that is an area with a lot of restaurants and bars. When we were driving along, I pointed out Salt and Straw ice cream. There's also French food, a pizza place. There is an Italian restaurant, Roseline Coffee. There's a bike shop, which is really nice, and Yang's Noodles, among others. This place, Vernon, that is a really nice neighborhood to consider if you're moving into Portland. And if you're going to move into Portland and buy a house here, it's important to know what the makeup is of what gets sold. Most everything in the neighborhood is single-family homes. There are about 840 single-family homes in the Vernon neighborhood. There are about 63 townhouse and condo units, and then about 75 units that are duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes. Of the single-family homes in the Vernon neighborhood, of those 843 single-family homes, over the past year, ending at the end of June 2024, There were 34 sales. That makes it about 4% of the single-family homes that got sold during the past year. Of those, 5 of them sold at a price at or under $475,000. 5 of them sold at a price of at or over $800,000. The rest, 24 of them, sold between $475,000 and $800,000. The average sales price here in the Vernon neighborhood was $632,000. The lowest sales price was $350,000, and the highest sales price was $3,010. I wonder what that $10 was for. Above $1 million, so $1,003,010 was the highest sales price over the past year of single-family homes in the Vernon neighborhood. As always, if you have any questions at all about moving to Portland, let me throw this out there. To compare, before I go into that, to compare to what sold in Portland, the average single-family sales price in June of 2024 was pretty close to $700,000. As always, if you have any questions at all about moving to Portland, or if you definitely have plans to move to Portland and you'd like us to help you out, give us a call anytime. Our approach always is to be consultative, helpful, not a pushy salesman type of organization, but rather to help you find the right place and get you through the process of buying and owning a house. Call us anytime. We'd be happy to help you out. As always, too, look out for the next videos that we're going to put out. We're going to put out more neighborhood videos right around this area in Northeast. We've covered so far the King neighborhood, Vernon, and Alberta Street. Our next videos are going to cover Sabin, Alameda, and more. As always, call or text us anytime. We'd be happy to help you out.